Hello and welcome to True North by YourStory, a series where we talk about the lesser known side of entrepreneurs. Today we are with Anuj Srivastava, co-founder and CEO of Livspace, an end-to-end home interior solutions company. Hi Anuj, welcome to True North.
Hey, thanks for having me over, and I'd love to talk to you about some of the gory aspects of my life.
That's what we are going to talk about.
Sure.
So Anuj, you have spent 8 years, almost a decade at Google, right? And you had turned an angel investor while you were at Google. How did you think about becoming an entrepreneur and why this space?
Google was and continues to be an amazing company and a journey for me, and that sort of exposed me to great founders, great product managers. Through my angel investing activities, I was able to participate in those companies and their eventual construction and growth. Actually, to be honest, that inspired me and was probably the genesis of me walking out of Google and really branching on something that I could build and create of my own.
Anuj, you are probably the happiest person I know around.
That's cool.
When I met you a couple of years ago, and that was a thought which keeps on crossing every time I meet you.
Yeah.
So what is that source of positivity? Because it's not that things are always great around.
I think I live completely and only in the moment. And that's how I was as a kid, and people thought I was very happy, and there wasn't any secret ingredient. People meditate to live in the moment, and I'm like, yaar, ye to maine crack mar diya.
And what's your true north?
So this has evolved over time, and I really, truly, in my heart and mind, feel like a global citizen. So whether it means that eventually I'll actually end up staying in multiple places, or one day, inshallah, grow Livspace into a phenomenal worldwide company that is represented many times over. But really, that's the one thing that continues to guide me.
What are your strengths and weaknesses?
Whether it's Livspace or Google or life in general, I think I can think scary big. Sometimes I can scare myself as well. But I think the strength is not necessarily in thinking big. I think the strength is in translating that into achievable goals and breaking it down and driving a lot of consensus and momentum around it. So it could mean building an amazing team at Livspace, or managing a lot of phenomenally talented people at Google, or having the ambition of living in 5 cities on the planet. The second very, very important thing, I think, is probably just the way I'm constructed, which is, I totally live in the moment. So once I'm able to break problems down, I bring everyday consensus, energy, action to sort of that specific moment.
Anuj, one of the aspects which often get missed when we're talking about scaling up of a company is the co-founder disagreements which happen, which is a part and parcel of an entrepreneurial journey. How do you handle co-founder disagreements?
So firstly, I'm in love with my co-founder, so love helps. Right? I think both of us understand each other extremely well. We are very different, very complementary. However, there are some innate similarities. One thing which I think both of us have honestly been very true about is using intellectual honesty. So we use logic above all. So if both of us disagree, we'll actually choose the most logical option.
And what defines culture at Livspace?
2 or 3 things speak for itself. One is, as I said, we really think big, or hatke log hain, hatke thinking. So I think we pride ourselves in actually thinking differently. The other thing is get shit done, getting things done. So everyday momentum, speed, energy, outcome. I think there's a lot of that you sort of see at Livspace. But I think last but not the least, my thing is, if you're not having fun, then you shouldn't be working here.
How do you handle failures?
My take is, when you try too many things, by law of proportion, you will fail in some. So most likely failures are actually a good indication of the fact that you are trying a lot of things. So it's not that we haven't failed, we failed miserably at Livspace. I've failed miserably at many points in time in my life, but I think most likely it's a recollection of the fact that maybe we're actually trying big things, trying a lot of things. So in general, you sort of take failures in your strides, learn from them, move on, do bigger things. Don't repeat them again. So, those kind of things.
Anuj, as a CEO, what are the biggest challenges right now you're facing?
Managing scale and continuing to be better every day, managing culture and the quality of people. That's what I'm worried about every morning when I wake up.
Anuj, quick questions, quick answers.
I'm feeling like I'm on Karan Johar's show here.
Thank you. So we'll start with the first one. Who's your role model?
2, a happier Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg.
What's your favorite book?
I'm reading 0 to 1, which I think is an amazing book. I like Mahabharat.
How do you de-stress?
I love traveling, family, I play music, I read, a lot of stuff, browse, whatever.
What scares you?
Oh, irrelevance, without a doubt.
What's that one thing which people don't know about you?
That I'm a very good artist.
What kind of art?
Several. I can draw well, I can sketch well, I'm a good musician. In general, I have a good right-left balance. So.
What would you have been if not an entrepreneur?
An artist, without a doubt.
What's that one word which describes you perfectly?
I think big. Probably 2 words, but
Which is that one quality of yours which you think has helped you the most in this entrepreneurship journey?
unequivocally live in the moment. Otherwise, it could completely damage your head.
Thank you so much for being a part of True North, Anuj. It has been a pleasure.
Thanks, yaar. Hamper घर में भिजवा दीजिएगा.